Guys, what is up? I am glad you are here. Glad you're watching the video. I think you're here to watch the video for a reason. I don't know. Maybe it's just for some encouragement. Maybe it's for you want to learn the guitar a little bit more. But I think you're here for a reason. And I'm so glad to be able to finally, I've been meaning to do just kind of an introduction video as to, who I am and let you guys kind of get to know me a little bit more. And you're probably like wondering, who is this guy literally dropping acoustic videos like every single day? So I wanted to just kind of give you guys an introduction to who I am, just how long I've been playing guitar, and just some of that other stuff. So yeah, so if you're like me, you probably didn't grow up playing music or like playing guitar. I've only been playing probably for like 9 or 10 years. I tried. I had my dad played, my older brother played, my younger brother played. And I would pick up pieces and kind of like tidbits of helpful things here and there, but it just never stuck with me. Things just started to click about 9 or 10 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of learned. I learned a little bit from them, a lot from YouTube. But I grew up and I don't have a music theory background. Not a music teacher, anything like that. So if you're like me, you probably are just like, you know what, guitar's kind of cool. I want to be able to play some worship songs. I want to be able to do some worship and just see what's going to happen and see if I can get the hang of this thing. So I think you're in a good place. You won't be overwhelmed with music theory here. Not that that's a bad thing. That's not my forte. I'm not a music theory guy. I'm not a teacher. So, there's a lot of really good channels out there on YouTube, music teachers, piano teachers, guitar teachers, worship teachers with the music theory background. That's just not me, and that's okay. So yeah, I've been playing for like 9 or 10 years, and I haven't always been a Christian all my life, and I'll kind of get to more of this in my testimony video coming out, and just another opportunity for me to be transparent. And I just love being like open and transparent and not hiding stuff with people. So just another opportunity for me to give you guys a little inside look as to, again, who this guy is who's dropping videos every like 2 days. So anyways, kind of, grew up Christian in college, high school, definitely did my own thing, went down some crazy paths, which I'll explain more in my testimony. But yeah, so I really started to come to know the Lord and come to know God when I was probably like 22, 23, 24. And music was just so, worship music was so profound in my life, and I was going through such a really hard time, just kind of dealing with a lot of like self-doubt and a lot of anxiety and like just depressive thoughts and just really rough seasons. And I just found that worship music, listening to like K-Love and Air One and some of those other radio stations. And I just remember being in my car and just kind of like listening to that and just having just kind of like chills on my arm and just not really knowing what was going on and just crying and just yeah. So worship music has always just been a huge part of my walk with the Lord, and just how I kind of came to know the Lord. How I can just I don't want to say connect, but just how I can connect and kind of give the glory back to God, and through guitar and through worship music and through playing. So anyways, yeah, so that's kind of, if you asked me 10 years ago, if you told me 10 years ago that I would be playing on the worship team I live in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Shout out to the Berg. if if you told me I would be playing, worship, acoustic, and stuff for one of the bigger churches in our area at our 7 different campuses, if you told me that 10 years ago, I'd be like, dude, there's just no way. Not a chance. But I mean, just God does really, really cool and really amazing things. So, I just kind of wanted to, I've learned so many things about guitar playing, little tricks, things along the way that have helped me just get to the next level, and just things have clicked for me. So I definitely just wanted to share that with you all. And yeah, so just a couple things about, kind of about this channel. Um, First of all, it's definitely, first and foremost, it's definitely not about me. It's not about like any, like how many subscribers I can get or how many views I can get or any of that. Just like, self gratification things, or like prideful things, or just selfish gain. That's not what this channel is about. And that's first and foremost. My goal is to help you all learn how to play guitar, learn some things, and most importantly, learn how to worship God through gifts, maybe that you don't even know you have right now with guitar. So, um, that's first and foremost the main foundational part of this channel. And kind of to go along with that, it's um, I want to be able to to share with you guys and just show you what I've learned along the way. And I always think of the parable of the talents in Matthew 25:14 to 30, and it just it talks about how the guy, the landowner, the whatever you want to call him, gave his servants different talents. One was 5 talents, one was 2 talents, and the other one was 0 talents. And while the first two guys, the first two servants went out and they doubled their talents, and they doubled what the servant, and not the servant, but they doubled what the master had given them. And the third guy just went and he just dug a hole and put that 1 talent in the hole in the ground, just to save it. And I don't want to be that guy who just, I've learned a lot. I want to be able to share with you guys some of the things I've learned, what I've learned. I'm not the best teacher in the world, but I really think that people learn through a variety of ways and through a variety of teachers and instructors. And what I might say to you might click, and what another instructor says to you might click for you, but what I'm saying doesn't click. So I think, I want to be somebody who can, pass what I've learned to you in an effort to help you with your guitar playing and your worship and your walk with the Lord. So those are the first couple things, first couple groundwork of the channel. The third thing is, I talked about it a little bit earlier. Music theory it's not my thing. I don't really know like a ton about music theory. I learned through feel. I learned through writing stuff down and putting chords and up, down, up, down, up, down. And it's probably not the most effective way to learn, but that's just how I learned. And I learned basically just through like learning and playing and trying to figure out what the chord patterns were and what the strum patterns were and finger picking stuff. So you're not going to get a lot of like, stuff on BPMs, like beats per minute, or, like the Nashville number system. Like this is the 3 chord, and this is the 6 minor, and the 4 overall. That's too confusing for me. My goal is to keep it super, super, super simple. So I'm not saying that music theory is a bad thing. It's just not how I was brought up. It's not how I learned. And I think most of you are probably like that. You probably didn't, grow up learning, this is this tempo and this is that, measure and all that stuff. So I hope this connects and just kind of resonates with your learning style and your background. So, yeah, it's not going to have too much of that music theory stuff. I would definitely point you in the direction of some other really good, instructors, acoustic guitar worship instructors on YouTube, if that's what you're looking for. Fourth, you'll probably notice, and you probably know, I don't do a lot of editing on my videos, and it's not because I don't want to do editing or I'm not like I don't know how to do it. I just, I just think like, in this world with social media, you can always just like crop things out and make things look perfect. And oh, that was, man, he did that whole video with just in one take, or they must have done that perfectly. And the effects and some of the stuff, you can dress things up, pictures, photos, videos. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, and I like when I see people make mistakes. As weird as that sounds, and it is what it is. You're gonna see me make some mistakes, and I don't like to edit that stuff out just because A, I think it's kind of funny, and B, it's just, hey, you know what? This happens. We all make mistakes. This video is not gonna be perfect. That photo is not gonna be perfect. I'm not perfect, so you're probably not gonna see a ton of editing on my videos. And that's just, to what I said earlier, to be transparent, to be authentic, and just to be, hey, this is who I am. I'm going to make some mistakes along the way. So let's just kind of work through it together. And then lastly, I love just interacting with people. And I know this is online and it's obviously on YouTube and social media. But, I've gotten some of the subscribers and people who have, sent me messages on Instagram and Facebook. And I just love talking with people all over the country, all over the world. You'll notice I do spend a lot of time. If somebody has a comment or somebody has a question on like strum pattern or finger picking, I spend a lot of time like typing things out, trying to explain them. So I love the interacting part. I love hearing, from you all, and I feel like, yeah, I'm teaching you, but I think there's stuff that I can learn from you all, and not even so much guitar wise or music wise, just in our faith and our walk with the Lord, and kind of building each other up and bringing each other together. So please send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, and I love the interaction, love talking with people, and I love helping people, in their guitar playing, and maybe, I don't know, maybe in your walk with the Lord, if you're struggling with something, maybe it's your worth, or you're doubting things, you're struggling with anxiety, or whatever it may be. If I've struggled with all those things too. We'll get to that in the testimony video. But yeah, that's just kind of my, I don't want to say my heart for the channel, but I really don't know what the channel is gonna develop into. And I don't know, maybe 5 people watch, and maybe 500 people watch, maybe 50 people watch, who knows. But I always love the 2 verses in Proverbs 19:21. It says, many are the plans of man, of a person, of me, or of you, but it's the Lord's purpose that prevails. There's another verse in Proverbs 16:9. It says, the heart and the mind of man, of us, we plan our ways. We have grandiose plans for this and for that. But it's the Lord who if we submit and, give God the authority in our lives, He's the one who directs our steps and plans our steps and determines and establishes the footing and the direction for where we are going to go. Not so much about us and our thoughts and our plans and our big visions in our mind. So that's kind of where I'm at with this channel. It ain't gonna be perfect. It's gonna have its flaws. But lastly, I do just one thing I do before and after every single acoustic tutorial video I do is just pray before it, and then I pray after it too. So this is going to be a little bit weird, or this might seem a little bit unnatural, but just to close this kind of introduction, I did just want to pray, just real quickly, over the channel, over me, over you, and that it just this isn't about how good I can teach. It's not about how quickly you can learn, or how great you can become on the acoustic guitar. It's about giving God glory in everything that we do, and us being able to encourage each other, and learn from one another, and ultimately give God the glory from it all. So if this is a little bit too weird for you, you can definitely tune out, but I'm just going to say a quick prayer. God, I just thank you so much just for the ability to connect with people all over the country, all over the world, through social media, through technology. I just thank you just for the gifts that you've given me that I didn't know that I had, and that now I can steward those gifts and give what I've learned to other people, for them to learn how to play, how to worship, how to strengthen their relationship and their faith with you. And I just pray that this channel and even the viewers and whoever watches it, everything would be a direct reflection of you, to you, for you, and all the glory would be given to you, and you would just keep us in check and in line with you and priorities and our purpose, and that you would just just do some crazy, awesome things through this channel, for people watching, for me, for everyone. So we just praise you, Lord, for everything you've done, and how you are going to work through this channel, whether it's helping one person or helping 10 people or 100 people. So we praise you, Lord. We love you. In your name we pray. Amen. So guys, I'm excited. Excited you're here. Excited to be doing some of the tutorials. Excited to be kind of showing you what I've learned. So stay tuned. Pumped about some of the videos coming out. Some of the things I'm going to be showing you guys. So as always, I hope this helps your guitar playing. I hope it helps your worship. I hope it helps your walk with the Lord. And yeah, I'm excited. So I will catch you guys next time. Take care.